foot up, right, or do I want my outside foot up? Biggest thing for us, I think, is outside foot up if you're going to crack block. Because it's really hard if I'm a receiver and I'm asked to go get a safety or linebacker who's walked up, it's hard to roll over and make that a really good block. If you do it enough, you're probably better off having an inside stance and then going here. For how it can mess you up in the pass game, it could be dangerous at the youth level to have routes at depth, because a fourth grader might need like 8 steps to get to 5 yards, okay? So, but for like in the tricky system, right, we taught 3, 4, 5 for quick game. So it was 3-step slant, 1, 2, 3, that was an in-breaking route. So if you decide to, and then 4 steps for an out route, 1, 2, 3, 4, break out. And then 5 for a hitch, 3 long, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now I'm inside. So if you flipped it, you would just have to take 1 step away. So now, hey, I'm gonna roll over my front foot, 1, 2-step slant, 3-step out, 4-step hitch, if that makes sense, okay? So you gotta talk to your coaches about what makes sense for you guys. Stance, a lot of kids, right, most of their stances are too narrow and too tall. So they're wobbly because they're stacked, and then they don't generate any power in their first step, so they false step, okay? So for our stance, right, we teach knee to heel. You could probably go knee to instep if you wanted, and then a fist width split, okay? So a kid can go down to stance and really check to see, hey, do I have a fist in between? And now I stand up and I'm good to go. So I'll literally just say, hey, stance on one-on-one, ready? Okay, good, check yourself. Down, am I good? Okay, now I'm back to it, right? And then I gotta do both sides. Hey, run to the line, right? Check yourself. Shoot, I gotta move it up a little bit, right? So kids gotta be really dynamic there. You'll notice then on the stance, shoulders over knees over ankles, right? Power clean position, squat position, everything you're teaching in the weight room and off the field, right? You wanna build that into, because most times kids will be like, right, you can't jump out of this, you don't look explosive, your whole chest is here, you're not gonna threaten anyone vertically, you're gonna false step, right? So build that in, right, have this attack mode. I always tell kids, you should sell everything from your stance on forward, you're running a vertical route. Everything is vertical until you show otherwise at the last possible minute. So my stance can't be a, here I'm running this, whatever. I gotta sell that I'm gonna take you over there really quick, right? To help kids break the habit of false stepping, and I think the stance helps, much like a defensive end is, here, right, leaning forward, receivers should be the same way. I'm gonna try to eliminate all the false steps by having all the weight on my front foot. Instead of just teaching, hey, go start with a bound. So, set, go. And that way they only can take that one long step. They have to roll over their front foot. If they don't roll over their front foot, they're not doing it right. So you can build it, hey, and we do 5, 6, 7 reps, right, here we go, other side. 1 bound, set, go. And that forces me to have the right foot in the right stance, and then I can build from there, okay? All right, Jake's gonna talk to you about some open field blocking for receivers.
Just what receivers want to do, right? Block. So
no block, no rock.
This isn't like a stock blocking drill. It's not a crack blocking drill. It's just an open field blocking drill. We actually use it with our offensive linemen for teaching angles and footwork for screens. It's also something that we kind of stole from the defensive side of the ball. It's originally like a defensive angle tackle type drill. So essentially, when I'm going out to block in open space, the defender can give me 1 or 2 looks. He can give me what's called a profile, which means that he's running, okay? He's running at some angle to me. In this case, we're having him run across the field just for the purpose of the drill, okay? If he's running, I need to be running. I need to take away space as quickly as possible. And we will set this to a hip or to a shoulder, okay? We might say inside shoulder because the ball is in there. We might say inside shoulder like we're digging him out on an inside play. We might say outside shoulder like we're sealing him. We're going to throw like a fast screen out here or run a sweep or something. We want to pin him inside. So we'll do it both ways. So that's the first way that we do it. We'll walk through it like, we'll do inside shoulder. Coach is going to give me a profile. Predetermine this first so a kid can have success, so he can see what it should look like, so he can watch other reps, and hopefully have more success later when it's semi-live, I guess. it's never really live because it's not really even a super, we don't usually do contact with it. It's just like kind of a position type drill. Okay, so coach is going to do a profile, okay, and I'm going to say inside, so my angle is going to be such that I want to get inside of him, but I'm still taking away space, okay. My stance is narrow, I'm taking long strides, trying to get inside, trying to cut him off. Okay, and then we say outside hip or backside hip, however you want to determine that for your terminology. Now I'm taking away space. It's more like a J path. I can get vertical right out of my break, okay, and get right inside, okay, and seal him inside. If he wants to run in there on a play that's coming outside, great. Okay, obviously that's ideal. The other look that coach can give me would be a head up type technique, okay? He has a two-way go, so like coach come up a couple steps, and coach is playing like a cover 3 corner, right? And I'm coming out of my break, and he takes a step back, and then he sees the ball's coming, and he comes straight forward, right? Okay? Kind of the classic stock block technique. He can go inside, he can go outsid. I have to be prepared to take on both, okay? Because I can't just say, I got the outside hip, he ran inside untouched, and makes the play. Well, he did not beat me outside, coach, okay? It doesn't help anybody, okay? I gotta at least get a piece of him. Same thing for the inside. When he's getting ready to get balanced, to go make a tackle, to go make a play, I need to come to balance to be able to block him. We don't say break down, because break down, like we're taught in basketball, breakdowns like this, right? And our feet get really wide, and eventually our feet do what? Stop. And we don't want to stop. We want to keep taking away space. We want to keep our feet moving for that momentum to be able to play side to side to block him both ways. So my stance was narrow first because I was running and taking away space along strides. Now, when I have a head up technique, okay, my feet are going to widen slightly and my strides will narrow slightly, okay? Because I'm coming to balance to be able to play both ways. But again, I can say hip, so you can say, head up, outside hip, set, hit.
We go lateral to start always, just so it's give this guy more time.
That too. And here's the other thing you have to teach kids. It's like when he's going lateral, that doesn't mean that we're not just mirroring him. Don't just go lateral because you're not blocking him from 5 yards away. I still want to take away space. I just have to come to balance because he can kind of play side to side on me a little bit. Okay, you might say outside hip, set hip. Okay, same thing. Now, we'll widen this out, and we'll go like semi-live. This isn't like a full blocking drill. Receivers don't really even want to full on block anybody anyway.
Hey, you guys didn't tear a hammy over there, did you? Backpedaling?
No. You have to coach the defender. Like when you go to this, and when you get more space, and we kind of open it up a little bit for the defender, you almost have to coach the defender harder than you have to coach the offensive player because he knows what to do. That kid's going to be a scout team hero. He's going to run. He's going to switch back and forth constantly, right? Which isn't any kind of real look. Tell him you get 1 or 2 switches. Go from profile to head up. So basically all it is, go slow because I'm tired of always running. Okay. So if we come out and he's going profile, I'm obviously running. So come to balance, man. It's a sin.
You want me to you want me to demo it?
No, I got it.
All right.
Set hit. Okay. Again, all I'm doing when I come to balance is widening my feet slightly, shortening my strides, getting myself ready for contact.
Awesome.
The thing, like coach will say, is you have to train a kid not to get his feet too wide because you can't play here. Like he says, you want coach your running backs to do a juke move from there, right? Not like this and then cut and plant side to side. It doesn't work very good, especially for guys like me.
Well, in that cone.
Okay.
You can also make it smaller circuit drill, okay? Where the guy's gonna run down the line and now make a break. All right, wherever you know,
I gotta come to balance first and then.
No, you just go. I'm on defense, you're on offense. Come up, make a cut.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Okay, so I'm coming up, go ahead, and now I'm here. Right, because that's more realistic, right? You can build those drills as you go. So now, hey, he backpedaled, he broke, now he sees the ball, right? Here's the thing, you can use this on special teams, you can use this on defense. So if you're looking for a multi-stage drill that every kid can, like a football 101 is where I learned it, is this can be blocking, this can be tackling, right? I want to tackle the near hip, I want to tackle the far hip, right? All those things that can build in. We just like it for blocking in space because it applies visual cues, right? And a profile. That kid is sprinting to the ball, you can't see the ball, go get in front of him. And again, we don't teach this as a blow up the guy drill, right? We're trying to get you not run over by the running back, okay? And get in the way of the guy. Or as we say, get run over slowly, right? But you can't get run over slowly if you're 4 yards away from the guy. So you have to build it from there, okay? In terms of route stuff, any questions on that drill? Okay. In terms of route stuff, you want to think about a couple basic things at the youth level, okay? Biggest thing is eyes, right? I have to train my kid to look vertical as long as possible. Most receivers are worried about seeing the quarterback throw the ball. And the quarterback's worried about seeing their eyes before they throw it. So most 3-step slants will look like this for the receiver, right? He wants to see it right away. And if you're a DB coach, you're telling him, go get the ball. Right? This kid's giving it away on the first step. Right? He's like, when he's blocking you, he's looking straight ahead. When he's catching a pass, he's like this to the quarterback the entire time. Right? Dangerous to, so I would just train kids. The coach ahead of me, Coach Mike, he's gonna put up maybe 1 or 2 or 3, and I gotta get, I gotta get off the line first. Now give me a 3, and now I make my cut. So I gotta give kids visual cues to train my eyes to stay vertical as long as possible. If you're gonna teach depth, be careful because the kids will do it, they just won't do it very well. Right? So say, hey, get to 5 yards on your hitch, okay? And here you go. I touch the line, it's 5 yards, right? The other thing that's important, Coach, you step in here, okay? And you'll get kids that want to turn too soon. Coach is the flat defender, turn this way, Coach, okay? And you'll get a kid that runs a hitch at 2 yards. Well, where's the flat defender gonna be? Right in front of you, okay? Making the play. So this is why, Johnny, you have to get to 5 yards. Because if we want, and here's the other thing, okay? We want to throw slow Joel the ball, right? Take all this chance of, Sonny be able to see over the offensive line and throw, or can we just run belly for 2 yards? Right? Let's run trap for 2 yards, right? We don't really need to throw you the ball if we're throwing it for 2 yards, son. Like we're throwing it to 5 because we need 5, not because we need 2. And I think kids don't always understand that. Like, look at, you stopped here. Look at the defender. He didn't have to be good to be in the way. He could be totally clueless. He didn't know his run or pass. He just like this, and he's just somehow in the way, right? And that's how youth football passing can work sometimes. In terms of teaching the top of the route, which can be really hard because kids don't have as much strength, and they watch like OBJ, and they're like, oh man, I got the sauce at the top of the route. I ain't got the sauce. Hey, the cliff drill is a really good eye opener for kids. Okay. So I say, for the purposes of the 4th rotation of today, I will do the drill at 5 yards, okay? Run as fast as you can to 5 yards and stop. If you're not touching the line, you lose. If you fall over the line, you die. There's a cliff, there's bombs, Fortnite, right? You're dead, you're back in the lobby, whatever you gotta say to kids, okay? And you'll say, all right, and they'll sprint as hard as they can, they'll get here, and they'll be like, oh, you died, and you died. Mama, they didn't really die today, sorry, I apologize, okay? So you see, what happened there? What did you do? Oh, I was really tall. Okay, what about your arms? Oh, they were dead. I didn't do anything with those, okay? So what do you gotta do to stop? Oh, I gotta sink my hips. I gotta move my arms. Okay, let's try that. I gotta start slowing my steps down. All right, let's do the same drill again. You gotta be touching the line or you lose. All right, you fall over, you also lose. So I burst here and here. Right? Now I stop. What did you do? I sunk my hips. I moved my arms. I shortened my strides. Okay? And that teaches the kids how to think about, not just, hey, get to the line, make a cut. How are you gonna do that? Thank you, Coach. Okay? I love it. Would you need some water too? Okay. That gets kids to think. It's gonna fall over, I'm gonna be mad, but that's okay. It gets kids to think about how to run routes. Because, right, at that point, you teach them how to break down, they can run any route at any depth. And they know what they're looking for. Can't peek, can't do all that stuff. Love this drill as well. Okay? Let's see. Coach Dan, what's the most important body part of catching? Hands, right? Okay, so Coach, stand there, close your eyes, okay? Close your eyes, put your hands out, Coach. Coach, trust me, they pay me to be here, okay? All right? So then here's the best one. Say the same thing, right? You'll be like, your youth kid, he'll be like, oh, everyone's laughing, he'll be like, Coach, what's the most important part? and he'll say it again. Hands. Like, all right, now I'm going to have to throw it this time. All right, hopefully he's got a helmet on. I won't have to throw it, because some kids literally don't get it. They're like, hands. Okay, your eyes are the most important part, right? And a lot of kids, I don't think they have bad hands. I don't think they train their eyes enough to catch the football. And you can watch it, and we at the tricky camps, we would film it, and you'd see kids on slant routes, right? It's here. Ball's coming in, and their eyes are already looking at the field. Like, get the damn ball. This is the most important thing. So a small thing I learned, James Lofton was the guy. Having to be at somewhere, I asked him, like, how do you develop hands? And good, he goes, I would take a football and I would number it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then every time I'd catch it, so think about some of your practice balls you have, 2. So I had to watch it all the way into the catch, right? Ball's caught, 7, right? Now you know in a game a kid's not gonna be, right, turning up the field, but you're developing those habits of I have to look that ball all the way in and I gotta yell out a number. I think at the youth level it's really important if you can develop those basic skills. Hey, let's get it, let's make sure you secure the ball. I was talking about seeing the white, catching the brown, right, and then bringing it in, okay? And then if you want to build more repetitions, you can have someone as bad as Jake throwing the ball, okay? He's a rugby guy and a lineman, okay? Yep, he's really good at it. Actually, come to this side, Jake, so I can use the cones. You're gonna just have cones an indiscriminate amount, and I teach this to kids so they can have their mom or dad, their sister or brother throw to it. And all you do is you work on basic catching skills. So I'm running a hitch, okay, throwing the ball. All right, facing the quarterback, I catch the ball, I frame it up, okay? Now I'm working a crossing route. So I'm just jogging. This is as fast as the drill goes. I'm jogging, hey, I turn and get the ball in my hand. What do most kids want to do? This or body, okay? Tell them, hey, you're only going to be as good as you can catch the ball away from your hands, right? You don't need any chest bruises, right? We know we have pads, but right, they don't need to save your life. And then you have the other side is just an out route. So the quarterback's in the middle, so it's just an out route. Now I got to practice my eyes, okay? And then all I do is come back. Okay? So is that rotate? Okay? And then I come back the other way, okay? And again, your mom, it can be freaking, here you go, Johnny, right? Because that's probably what most of your quarterbacks throw like anyway, so it doesn't really matter, right? Help practice catching the ball, right? Thanks, guys.
He's like real practice.